Hey guys, this is for CC week 8. We had a great week today. We came off a fall break and you guys were ready to learn, and we just had a wonderful day today, and I'm so thankful for that. So, without further ado, let's get into our memory work for the week. Hey guys, this is for Cycle 2, Week 8 of CC. Let's start with history. This week we had a fun little tune to our song, and we learned about European explorers. So first things first, we had between the late 1400s and the mid 1500s. So for this, we twirled our hands and we did between the late 1400s and the mid 1500s. Dias, so for Dias, we're going to make a D, so you have your circle right here, and then your pointer finger up. So Dias. And then for Rounded the Cape of Good Hope, you're going to make your pointer finger over here and just circle it around. Rounded the Cape of Good Hope. Alright? Then for Amerigo Vespucci, you're going to make an A with your hand, so that's the fist with your thumb to the side. And then Sail to the Americas, you're going to go like this, like you have a boat. Sail to the Americas. Then Balboa crossed. Then for Central America, you're going to wiggle these fingers. To the Pacific, you're going to wiggle these fingers. So Balboa crossed Central America to the Pacific. Then Magellan's crew sailed around the globe. You're going to make an M, so that's your 3 fingers up, thumb, 3 fingers down. Magellan's crew sailed around the globe. So you're going to take your fist and you're just going to move it around and around in a circle. Then Coronado, make a big C, explored the American Southwest. So for Southwest, you're going to make a W, and it's going to make it low down here and just circle it around like that. So Coronado explored the American Southwest. So let's put that all together for our song. Here we go. Between the late 1400s and the mid 1500s, Dias rounded the Cape of Good Hope. Amerigo Vespucci sailed to the Americas. Balboa crossed Central America to the Pacific. Magellan's crew sailed around the globe, and Coronado explored the American Southwest. Alright, so that was history. Then for Latin this week, we repeated week 7 for our first conjugation, perfect tense. So it goes like this. E isti it, imus istis errant, first conjugation, perfect tense. And then just our review of those. The E is like a B. You can see it on my board back here. E is like a B. Then isti, we had sweet tea. Then it was like you bit an apple. Then imus, we have our mus, where we remembered our muscles or our mustache. Then we had istis, so we have like a snake, and then tis, like kiss. Then errant, so for the errant, I have air, run, and then a big t, like that, T. So we have E, isti, it, imus, istis, errant, first conjugation, perfect tense. And then just to help us remember that, we stomped our feet, we clapped our hands, we whispered it, and then we sang it really, really loudly and shouted it out. So that was Latin. Then for English, we had reflexive pronouns. And for this one, we just continued our hand motions that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks. But I just wanted everybody to remember that reflexive is a reflection of yourself. And so all of these pronouns end in self or selves, like that. So our singulars, we have myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself. Then plural is ourselves, yourselves, themselves. So that is English for our reflexive pronouns. Then for science this week, we had what are some aquatic biomes? And our song for this goes to the tune of Baby Shark, do 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 do. So here we go. What are some aquatic biomes? Ponds and lakes, do 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 do. Streams and rivers, do 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 do. Wetlands and estuaries, do 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 do. Oceans and seas, do 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 do. These are some do 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 aquatic biomes. So that was our song for science. It was fun to sing. And then our math this week, we had our 14s. So we had gumball machines for our picture. And the tune of the song is called Camptown Races. And so for this, while we listened to the song play, we had different races and we hopped around and we skipped. Some of us got to walk really fast and do what we wanted to race as we listened to this song. So it goes like this. 14, 28, 42, 56, 70, 84, 98, 112, 126, 140, 154, 168, 182, 196, 210. So that was our 14s. We are coming so close to wrapping up our skip counting. Next week we have the 15s, and then we're just going to go to the squares and the cubes, and our numbers are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. But 14s was this week. Then for geography, we had the Mid-Atlantic World. So for Mid-Atlantic World, we got to hear some names in geography that we also heard in our history sentence. So our first one is the Cape of Good Hope. And today for geography, we traced them all with our expo markers. So the Cape of Good Hope is down here at the bottom of Africa. So we just circled Cape of Good Hope. Then our Strait of Magellan goes across this little area in South America where this little blue arrow is, right there. So that is our Strait of Magellan. The next one that we have are the Canary Islands, and that's going to be over here off to the side of Africa. And you're going to see all these little dots over here in the ocean. Those are the Canary Islands. Then the next thing that we have is the Treaty of Tordesillas. And so for this, it's this big orange line that goes up and down in our map right here. And so we just traced it just like that for our Treaty of Tordesillas. So this is our geography for the week. It was pretty easy since we only had 4 to find. And so that went by pretty quickly for us. And like I said, we got to hear some names like Magellan and the Cape of Good Hope that we learned about in history. Then the last thing that we have is our timeline. So first thing that we had is Council of Nicaea. So for Council of Nicaea, you have your hand right here. You're going to have a 3 behind it, and then you're going to duck it under and bring up 1. So we have Council of Nicaea. Then our next one is Augustine of Hippo. So for this one, you're going to have an A. So that make sure you have your thumb to the side. So Augustine, and then of Hippo, you're going to cross your wrist like this. So we have Augustine of Hippo. Then the next one is Jerome completes the Vulgate. So for this, you're going to make a J. So we use our pinky to draw our J. Jerome completes the Vulgate. And you're going to use your hands to make a V with this. Then we have Visigoths sack Rome. For this, instead of doing our hands for V, we're going to use our fingers like this. So we have Visigoths sack Rome. Alright, so we have Visigoths sack Rome. And then that brings us to the Middle Ages. So for this one, you have your hand out like this, and then you're going to take your 2 fingers and circle it around. The Middle Ages, circa 450 to circa 1500. Which brings us to Council of Chalcedon. So for this, you're just going to hold up 2 C's, Council of Chalcedon. And then our last one is Western Roman Empire falls to barbarians. So for this one, you're going to have a W over here, and you're going to bring it across your body. So Western Roman Empire falls. So for falls, you're going to just move your body down and slap your legs. So we have Western Roman Empire falls to barbarians. And for barbarians, you're going to growl. Alright, so let's go through that all the way from the beginning, starting with Council of Nicaea. Here we go. Council of Nicaea, Augustine of Hippo, Jerome completes the Vulgate, Visigoths sack Rome. The Middle Ages, circa 450 to circa 1500, Council of Chalcedon, Western Roman Empire falls to barbarians. So that was timeline. And we had a fun time learning that this week, and that concludes our memory work. But just to review what we did for fine arts and science, for fine arts, Ms. Rachel taught dynamics today. And so we learned the dynamics and the names of what it means to be and what it means to get really, really loud. And so for pianissimo, that is the quiet, the softest. And then fortissimo is our loudest. And we learned everything in between that. And then we reviewed just the parts of the tin whistle. And we just had a really fun time in fine arts today. Then for science, we had our proportional solar system. And for this, we had just different objects outside in the parking lot to show us just what the solar system looks like, just on our smaller scale. So when we came inside, we were able to draw in our science notebooks the different planets in the solar system and the different sizes of each planet and their distance away from each other. And so we just briefly talked about how this is just a smaller scale to us, but in space, they are millions of miles apart, and we just have to be able to see it on our own. So that is it for week 8. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see you guys back for week 9. Bye.